timeout, overtime, hot take, debate, penalty, rocking so many yaps. We on the way. Unapologetic opinions, guests checking in, so I share on my social. Merch going up, my brother, he going global. Ads hold it down for the ladies, they need their own show. But we right back with it, time out with Coach Cam, we shouldn't miss a minute, yup. But we right back with it, time out with Coach Cam, we shouldn't miss a minute, yup.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Time Out with Coach Cam. I'm your host, Cam Chancellor, and last week I forgot to acknowledge my guy Wayne Fowler on the new lyrics to the theme song. That's straight fire right there. That get me ready to go for the show, get me fired up. I appreciate you, bro. Also, he does have an album on iTunes. Just type him in, Wayne Fowler, W-A-Y-N-E, Fowler, F-O-W-L-E-R. East Mitchell Ave, his new latest project. Go check it out. I'm excited about today's show. We have an action-packed show. We will we have quick hot takes. We will cover several topics there. Also, we have our new segment that we're very excited about, Cam Mail. So we will be answering some of the questions or some of the topics that you guys want to hear. And also, we have a guest, Bengals writer for Fansided, Blake Jewell, and he'll join us later on the show. But first, I want to discuss a topic that's been talked about a lot this week, and it's Eli Manning, headed to retirement after a long, 16-year career. Now the question arises: is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? This is tricky for me. It's very, very tricky. Because I got a feeling if his name wasn't Manning, would he still be in? That's my hardest thing to really get out of this. Now I get it, 2-time Super Bowl winner, and like we discussed before, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. But if you look at his, regular season number, if you look at his numbers in totality, he's a 500 quarterback for his record. He finished 117 and 117 for his career. He's led the league in interceptions numerous of times. There's times in the middle of his prime where they didn't make the playoffs. So it's weird to me, honestly, and I say it all the time, Eli Manning is Andy Dalton with 2 rings. If you look at the numbers, they're identical. They are absolutely identical. As far as completion percentage, it's close. Touchdown to interception ratio, Andy Dalton is better. Overall regular season record, Andy Dalton is better. But playoff narrative, though, that's the only thing that separates them two. He has the 2 rings. Now the question comes in, probably answer the question: is he a Hall of Famer? After I said all of that, he's still a Hall of Famer. He's still a Hall of Famer. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, though. He's definitely not that. It's going to take him about 2-3 times. But I think he eventually gets in. And not only because of the two rings, I think it's also because who he beat. Remember, he beat Tom Brady twice and the Patriots twice. And, and that's always a tall task. And, with Tom Brady winning 6 Super Bowl rings, I believe he's 6-4, and 2 of those losses come to Eli. That's kind of cements your legacy within itself. And, beating Tom Brady on the biggest stage, I think he's a Hall of Famer. What would you think if you were to critique Eli Manning's career? Would you say he's a Hall of Famer?
I think you have to put him in.
Have to put him in?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
His name, obviously.
Yeah, the name really pushes him there. But like I said, he got 2 rings. 2 rings, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He started over 200 plus games in a row. Durability, that's a factor as well that comes into this. But like I said, I think he does get in. I think he sneaks in. It won't be a first ballot. It probably won't be the second ballot, to be quite honest with you. But he'll eventually get in. He's a part of the football royalty family, the Mannings. And like I said, he won 2 Super Bowls, so he did earn it. So, but like I said, it's iffy because, like I said, Eli Manning had one of the weirdest careers to me. Like, you have highlights that are up here, and then it's like you have these dud moments, like super dud moments that make you go, like, is this even the same quarterback that just played in the Super Bowl last year? Next year they mess around, be 7-9, don't make the playoffs. It's weird to me, his career, how it unwound it. And but you know what? Happy trails to Eli Manning. Those Super Bowls was great. And I do appreciate him stopping the Patriots from being 19-0 that one year. God, I couldn't see that. I could not see that. I am happy about that, Eli. So happy trails to you and enjoy retirement. All right, now we want to move forward here. This is more of a serious topic here. Antonio Brown, and we're going to lump in Delonte West with this as well.
Yes.
Obviously, this week, Antonio Brown turned himself in. He turned himself in, to the police there. They did grant him bail. They ordered, and also the judge ordered him to make sure that he seeks mental health. Seeks mental health counseling.
As he should.
Yeah, and an evaluation. Yeah, and he should. And people that don't know about mental health issues or who don't know anything about mental health don't need to speak on it.
I agree.
Don't need to speak on it. It's easy to sit up here and say, oh, he just crazy, or, oh, he know what he doing. He just wanted for attention. Ain't no amount of attention going to want to make you lose millions of dollars.
Thank you.
No amount of attention is going to want to make you lose millions. Something is wrong with that man. And I've been a component of so. I've said it plenty of times. I think CTE is a factor. I really believe CTE is a factor. I'm not saying that's the lone reason. But don't sit up here and tell me CTE is a cop-out or CTE is just some made up or an excuse. It's real. We had several football players commit suicide and then look back later, they show the brain trauma. Junior Seau is a prime example. It's a prime example. You would have never known after Junior Seau's career that he was having mental issues. Always smiling, vibrant personality. All of a sudden, we look up on the news, Junior Seau done committed suicide. You don't know. So don't tell me CTE is not a factor. Like I said, it could be part of it. I think CTE is a part of it, but I also think he also has like real mental issues as far as like bipolar. He's up and down, hot and cold. You don't know what you're going to get from him. 1 minute, he wants to play in the NFL. He's reaching out to Tom Brady, reaching out to the Patriots or whatnot. Next minute, I don't need the NFL for nothing. Like, you're all over the place. You all over the place. Now, they say, he was possibly facing life. I think that's ridiculous. I don't know. He's been overcharged. Like, they gotta relax on that. Now, I understand, what, as far as he did, what he's done. But life, that's going a bit far. That's going a bit far there. But for Antonio Brown, and as well as Delonte West case, and we'll touch on him in here just a second. The NFLPA and the Players Association for the NBA, they need to step up and do something.
Agree.
These are players that contributed to your league, and it wasn't like they were quick flash in the pan 1 year, 2 year guys. I know Delonte West, had spent numerous years in the NBA. And Antonio Brown has been an all-pro in this league, and and generated all type of excitement, for football. They need to reach out and help these guys, if they want the help. If they want the help. And I know, Ash, you wanted to touch, especially on the Delonte West thing. Because you see a lot of people on social media just kind of like, poking fun at it.
The video.
Messing with the video. The video was just it was sad. It was sad to see. You could see where he was messed up, and I know you wanted to kind of touch on that, regarding Delonte West.
It's just more so like we're like the friends and family. Like he's out there like that, and to be that far gone in the middle of the street like that was just awful. And everyone making the video, no one got out the car. No one honked their horn or tried to stop it. Like, they all were just, let's make a video, let's post it, be the first. And people need help.
Yeah, but it's the social media way, though. Like, social media has generated this thing where everything has to be recorded, everything has to be videoed. Especially, and even with somebody Delonte getting beat up in the street. But they, first thing you want to pull out your phones. Like, instead of, maybe calling for help or say, hey, what's going on?
That was severe. Stumped on the head. Yeah. That could have killed someone.
And the way he was, talking when the police had him handcuffed, you could tell he's not in the right frame of mind. And like I said, no one deserves this. Like I said, but at the end of the day, they have to want help. Because you can give them all the help they want. But if they don't want the help and willing to receive it, it's not going to matter. But, in all seriousness, outside of, jokes on Facebook, Twitter, or whatnot, seriously, well wishes to Antonio Brown and Delonte West because they got serious issues going on and they need help. And I hope they can get the help that they need. But you made a good point about where the friends and the family, they're gone. Delonte West money gone.
That's sad.
But that's what happens when you surround yourself with the quote unquote entourage, where you responsible for everything, for every y'all go out, you got the bill. You know what I mean? That's and they around you and they leeching off of you. That's all it is, they leeching off of you. And when that well run dry, they move on to the next well they got the water in. That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it happens to a lot of athletes. And they look around and they have nobody. Nobody. And, and I just look back and, they had a picture with, him, his kids and things like that when he was in the NBA. And I just, you just got to feel for the babies as well. But like I said, I hope, the Players Association for each league reach out and try to help these young men. Because, man, it's sad to see. Like I said, at first, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of funny. You start to see it, you laugh a little bit. But then you just, you kind of look at it and you see the video get played over and over and over and over.
You don't even recognize him.
Yeah, man, look, I didn't even know if that was really Delonte West.
Same here.
I'm like, is that really him? I'm like, but then I start seeing tattoos match and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's him. But I didn't even know it was him. I didn't know it was him. That's how bad off he... and like Shannon Sharp said, he 36, looking 56.
Yes.
And that's bad. I hope they help him. I really do hope they help this young man here. And help AB, help Delonte West. At first it's not funny, y'all. This is serious. And mental health is serious.
Yes.
It's serious, and it's serious in our community because we feel vulnerable when we reach out to try to ask for help. Because it makes us feel vulnerable. Do not hesitate to reach out and seek help if you're going through anything mentally or you're going through something or you're willing to try to hurt yourself. Do not hesitate to get help. It's okay to get help, and that's what needs to be known in our community. All right, coming up next, we will have our quick hot takes right after the timeout.
Quick hot takes.
Okay, so we are back from timeout with quick hot takes. First up, we have Katie Soros, the first female coach to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. It's just showing the diversity that the NFL is trying to bring. And as well as the NBA, you start to see a lot of more lady assistant coaches. And actually, I believe that Becky Hammon, I hate to bring it to the NFL, but she was interviewed for the Knicks job in the NBA this past season. So, just seeing the growth of, being willing to, especially in such a, gladiator sport like football, to see, a woman there coaching on staff and, command the respect. That's great. And, it just goes to show you, you could do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it and, and don't accept no for an answer. So I think that is awesome. It is a breakthrough moment, and, it's history in the NFL. So it's definitely, cool to see.
Coco
Gauff.
Yes, love Coco.
I know.
How to say it.
I know you did.
Coco Gauff.
Yeah, Coco Gauff. She did lose last night, though.
Yes.
We found that out late last night. She did lose in the round of 16.
To Sophia Kenin?
Yep, Sophia Kenin. And, I'm proud of Coco, man. 15 years old, making it to the quarterfinals. She did beat the number 3 player in the world, Osaka, the previous match. She's going to be here for a while. She's here to stay. She's going to be one of the next up-and-coming stars. I think, she's beaten Venus twice already. But, I hate to say it. It's coming.
I think I know what you're going to say. I think we're on the same page.
Venus got to hang it up.
You mean Serena?
No, Venus. Venus still playing.
Okay.
Venus pushing 40.
I think Serena got to hang it up too, though.
I think Serena still got a little bit. Serena still got some wins in her. Venus, though,
I think
come
she just
on.
lost. Serena.
Yeah, she just lost. It happens. It happens. But she done beat Venus twice. And, and like I said, she beat Osaka. She's here to stay. She takes this very seriously. And, it's great to see, a young talent like that. And, she's succeeding. I continue to, I hope she continues to get better and, and dominate that sport because, it's right now, as far as the ladies go, it's kind of up for grabs. Serena, of course, still got the torch. But it's about time for her to, hand up her hand that over. So I think Coco could be the one to take that baton and keep it going.
I do want to say that she started 2019 ranked 684.
I wonder what she ranked now. That'll be interesting to see.
To come this far, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I'll take a look at that. Probably after a quick hot takes there, I'll look up and see what she's ranked because, she started off that low. I know she's much higher than that now.
Right. So we have Kansas and Kansas State.
Oh, man.
What happened and why?
You're
winning the game.
This is stupid. Stupidity on both teams. Kansas State, you're getting your rear ends tapped, okay? The game's over, man. Sometimes you got to take it on the chin. The game over. Let's let them dribble it out to 0, shake your hand, and keep it moving. And get better the next week. But no, you want to try to sneak from behind, get a little petty steal, and try to get one off.
Why can't they just give it to him?
Nope. It's a rivalry game. I ain't giving nothing. I'm glad dude pinned his stuff. Man, I'm glad he did block him to the next row because he deserved it. The only thing is, bro, don't stand over him, bro. You don't want. You up 20. You standing over him, flexing over him. It's a rivalry game. You know what's going to happen after that. They hot. They losing. Can't nothing good come of it. But you know what? It was a trigger moment for Kansas, though, because it happened to them earlier in the season against Monmouth, where they were dribbling out the clock. Then the guy comes from behind, get a steal, and then dunks on the player and talks trash to him. So they like, okay, we're not letting this happen again. De Sosa came out, blocked the shot. The only thing is, don't stand over him, man. You can't stand over another man like that. Of course, you know he's going to react a certain way. And it's just unfortunate all the way around because it never had to get to that point. Learn how to take a L. I mean, what make you want to sneak up and get a steal now? I mean, where was that energy during, minutes 1 and 39? Don't wait till the last little minute, 40th minute to try to pull off a little Bush League move. Game over. So, if there's blame to go around, I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around. Because, like I said, you can't stand over a man like after you block his shot. But I definitely would have blocked it. Oh, I definitely would have blocked it. For sure. He's not getting that off on me. Now, I don't try to pull a fast one. I definitely would have blocked it. But you can't stand over a guy. But I kind of blame Kansas State. Like, if you're a coach, you're like, pull off, man. No more fouls. No more nothing. Let's chill. Let's go home. So, for the fact that the coach didn't direct that, and they still, he probably telling them, continue to play hard. Continue to play. Man, where was you playing hard at when now you're down 20? You should have been playing hard. So so it was just a bunch of Bush League nonsense, and people got suspended because of it. And you know what? And it's never a good look because you know basketball fights always look different, and they're viewed different. So it's never good. And then dude picked up the bar stool about the Merkins. Hey, he was so ready, man. Hey. That was the funniest thing. but no.
I think he forgot where he was.
He was. Hey, I think one of the coaches had to say, "Bro, do you know where you at?" Yes. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that fight had to happen.
Okay, up next we have Zion is back.
Zion is back, and I know there's a lot of Zion fans out there. I'm probably about to get under y'all's skin real quick. It's getting on my nerves. The Zion Williamson craze is getting on my nerves because you know I asked.
Why?
It reminds me of that damn LeBron James. That's why it's getting on my damn nerves.
Excuse me?
Yes, the hype is getting on my nerves. Oh, Zion tied his shoe. What a wonderful bow he tied. Oh, Zion. Look at the way he chews his gum. Isn't it so intense? Everything. Like, man, look. He blocked the shot last night, or, Friday night, I believe. And it was all over the place. I'm like, I seen Dwight Howard do this years ago. I seen Dwight Howard block shots into the fourth row all the time. Ain't nothing new. I hate to sound like this because I'm coming off as a hater. I know it. People gonna be like, "Oh, you hating on Zion?" No, I'm not. Just give me a. Can he get through a full week without getting injured? Give me a month. Let me see something for a long period of time before we crown people in the NBA. That's what's making me mad because, to be quite honest, and we'll touch on it later because we have fan mail, Zion versus Ja, and we'll touch on that later. And like I said, Zion, his athleticism is something we never seen before. It's out this world. It's out this world. But the guy got flaws in this game. I know he came out hot and he had a good debut. He hit them 4 threes. They were all wide open. They all dared him to shoot it. He hit them to his credit, but he's not going to get many flat foot standstill 3-pointers to take. And like I said, the debut was good, but if I'm the Pelicans, man, if you bring me back while only playing 18, 20 minutes, what's the point in that? I mean, and then the fact that he led you back, and then you just said to take him out and be like, all right, you done for the day. 18 minutes. Like, yeah, that's pointless. If the guy, if he's back, he's back. If he ain't, he ain't. So, I mean, I understand they want to ease him back in, but it's your number one pick, man, and, people want to see him play. The fans want to see him play. Get him out there and let him play. But the thing is that we talk about all this hype, Zion debut. Oh, Zion doing this, Zion doing that. They 0-2 in Zion's return. So where the dubs at? I'm about them dubs. I'm like, so I'm about them dubs. I want them dubs. I'm all about them. And if you ain't bringing me the dubs, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, well, this next quick hot take I'm excited about. LeBron James, King James, passed Kobe Bryant for third on the all-time scoring list last night. Yeah,
it's always an incredible feat, as you move up that scoring list. And, and it's pretty impressive there, especially with Kobe passing Kobe. Just because, Kobe played in the era where the 3-point shot was popular, just like LeBron's. So it's very impressive, and LeBron did it in numerous less shots because we all know Kobe wasn't going to pass that mug at all. He was going to shoot it regardless. So he did it in less shots. So, congratulations to LeBron. Like I said, he's done wonders for this sport. And like I said, he really kind of took the sport and took it and elevated it to another level, especially when Michael Jordan retired. And after Michael Jordan retired, it was a gap of 5 years where basketball sucked. I mean, the ratings were extremely low. And, that 03 class headed by LeBron James kind of saved that. So commend what he's done, passing Kobe, third, all-time leading scoring is great. And, it's not the only records he's going to break. He got more to break. He'll probably pass Karl Malone. Depending on how long he plays, I don't know if he's going to catch Kareem. That's going to be close. Kareem played forever. No, he did. Kareem played for a long time. But hey, I can't really, say anything negative, in this light there. He plays the game the right way. I know y'all used to be, hating on LeBron, but I can't hate on him on this day. He earned that, and like I said, he plays the game the right way. So that's all you ever ask for. Now, this one bothered me a little bit. Dallas Keuchel of the Houston Astros, right? So they interviewed him. He's no longer a member of the Astros, but they interviewed him regarding the Houston Astros sign stealing scandal. And he came out and said, he apologized, for his role in it and everything like that. And basically came out and said that he I'm laughing. We didn't cheat all the time. We just cheated sometime. That's basically what he said.
I think he should be in the penalty box.
And he might go in there. He just might go in there. I mean, talk about I apologize for the sign stealing. My teammates should too. Like, what? Everybody denied it and you came out. But you know what? And another dude came, Mike Fears, he played for the Astros too. He came out and admitted it. Right away. He talked about when the stuff was going on, it never intended to be what it is right now. You don't think of the ramifications of cheating? How? That to me, that is crazy. That is crazy. Now he said he trying to drag other people down. Well, there was probably 6 out of 8 teams that was using multiple signs and this, that, and the third. Come on, man.
Well, you got caught.
You got caught, flat out. You got caught, and it's ridiculous. And here's the quote. I can tell you, not every game there was signs being stolen. Sometimes we did. As a group have signs. We still couldn't hit the pitcher. Not like every game we had everything going on. It's the fact that you tried to do it. And then, to me, that almost makes it worse. We didn't do it every game. Oh, what, you did it on the important ones? The ones that you needed? Come on, man. Like this, and I don't think the penalties was harsh enough.
I don't think so.
Like, it affected, two teams got a title because of this. A title. And then, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, comes down and say, baseball has a history of not rewriting history and about. This is forged history here. Ain't none of this right. None of it's right. I thought the penalty should have been harsher on them and the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox still not completed with their investigation. I don't know what they got going on. But like I said, all managers, been fired, and that's good. But like I said, they lost draft picks, money for it. So it does affect them. It's going to affect how they build their farm system. So it'll be interesting how the Astros move forward. And if the Astros don't make the playoffs this year, anything they did in the past to me, ain't credible. It's not credible. It's not credible at all. All right. Coming up next, we will have our new segment, Cam Mail, right after the timeout.
are back from timeout, and we have Camo.
Hey.
So first up, we have Cliff, and he wants to know who you'll have on your Mount Rushmore for NFL, NBA, and MLB. Who you got?
Okay. Yeah, it was kind of tough. Here, Cliff. But definitely I'll do the best I can here. Now for the NFL, my Mount Rushmore personally, and it could differ. I try to do 2 offensive players, 2 defensive players. All right. First on the list is Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice on the list for me. He was rated number 1 best player of all time on NFL's Top 100 a couple years ago. He holds basically every record there is as a receiver, whether it's single season or total season, or total career. Selected to the Pro Bowl 13 times, was an All-Pro 12 times, and he's the career leader in receptions, touchdown receptions, and receiving yards. Calvin Johnson just, he passed him in the season receiving yards and receiving yards in the season, and Randy Moss did pass him to touchdowns in the season. But however, like I said, he was named the greatest player in NFL history. It doesn't change for me. So this one of my Mount Rushmore spots goes to Jerry Rice. Number 2, for me, like I said, it's my list. So I'm going to put who I want to put. Now, I got Barry Sanders at 2. Barry Sanders to me was one of the best. Well, for me, was the best running back to ever do it. He had no line ever at Detroit, and that tell you what it is for itself. He played in Detroit his whole career, and would have absolutely destroyed the rushing record had he not retired early. He was definitely special. Barry Sanders, for me, takes that second spot. Like I said, most of those runs, he tore a man's ACL by choking him. His highlight film is probably one of the best highlight films I've ever seen, and from a running back. I have Barry Sanders at my second Mount Rushmore spot. Third, gotta put prime, Deion Sanders. I think Deion Sanders deserves a spot on Mount Rushmore. He's one of the best cornerbacks to ever do it, and he gave flash to the game. He brought excitement to the game, and he was amazing. He was electrifying. He get an interception, you almost waiting for him to take it back to the house, and he returned punts as well. I know San Francisco and Dallas used him on offense a little bit too. So Deion Sanders did it all. He was special, and he was one of the corners that could get with Jerry Rice. They both, got, did they share? Jerry Rice got his off some, and Deion got his off. The battles were great. But like I said, Deion is one of the best corners to ever do it. He is the best corner to ever do it in my eyes, and he deserves a spot on Mount Rushmore. My last spot on Mount Rushmore, Lawrence Taylor. He's probably the best defensive player we've ever seen, in the NFL. I'm just speaking on the field. I know he probably has problems off the field, but Lawrence Taylor was special. We see all these edge rushing linebackers now. Lawrence Taylor been doing this, destroying, just destroying offenses, like single-handedly. And the impact that he had on the defense, on those Super Bowl teams were just great there. And what I can say about Lawrence Taylor, even though he was so mean on that football field, and he had a compassionate heart, because like when he broke Joe Theismann's leg, like he instantly screamed like, hey, come help, like I did not mean to do it. Like he had his face in his palm, like he was crying, like he meant to hurt you, he didn't want to injure you. He had the nickname LT. He was dangerous, and like I said, he won most valuable. He won an MVP. But MVP as a defensive player. I mean, 3 defensive player of the years. You know, I mean, just awesome. You know, just the he led that group called the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, and he was a special talent. And that's my last spot on Mount Rushmore for NFL. Now for Major League here, first I got Ken Griffey Jr. Simply why I feel like what he did as far as on the field on defense, and at the plate was amazing. Some of the highlight catches he has in center field, amazing. And I put him high up on the list just because obviously it was my era, and because he in an era where everybody was taking steroids and taking needles to the behind. He did it clean. And I respect that, and that's why Griffey has a spot on Mount Rushmore for me. Now, I know I'm gonna contradict myself right here, but I don't care. Even before the steroids, Barry Lamar Bonds is on Mount Rushmore, and he needs to be in the damn Hall of Fame. Even before the steroids, he's a 4-time MVP winner. Steroids can't make you hit the ball. They can make you hit it further. So all them home runs, okay, I get that. But the dude's still batted 300 plus. And nobody, during the Barry Bonds era, I've never seen anybody feared as much as Barry Bonds were. I mean, there was nobody on base and people just walking. I've never heard somebody just giving somebody a base because you don't want to pitch to them with nobody on. I understand if it's like second and third, 2 outs, you don't want to pitch to Bonds, so you walking. It'd be like first inning, 2 outs, 0-0, nobody on base. Nah, we ain't gonna pitch. It's really cool. 4 straight balls. Take your first base. I've never seen anything like it. So the intimidation factor for me, I have Barry Bonds up there. Number 3, I have Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, of course it's old school, but, he's a legend. Babe Ruth is a legend. He was, at one point in time, the all-time home run leader with 715. I got Babe Ruth up there. And not only he played the field, he pitched as well. And hey, back then, Babe used to show up lit to the game, still cracking 2 homers. Like that. Hey, I gotta respect that. You come off the bottle, the pitch 9 innings and hit 2 homers. Hey, you deserve a spot on Mount Rushmore to me for that. All right, and the last guy I have here, Willie Mays. I got Willie Mays on my Mount Rushmore because he hit 660 home runs. But like I said, I look at the baseball, it's a defensive aspect. And, Willie Mays made one of the best catches ever, at the Polo Grounds in the World Series there. The over-the-shoulder catch, everybody can, YouTube it, Willie Mays over-the-shoulder catch. You'll see it as one of the best catches you will ever see. And, he was a special fielder. He could hit. Willie Mays could do it all. He was really well-rounded, so I have him there at the 4th spot. NBA, I'm going to make it quick. It's simple. 1, MJ. MJ on there. 2, I got Magic Johnson. He on there for me. 3, y'all gonna get mad. I got Larry Bird still. I still got Larry Bird. I think Larry Bird's still the guy for me. I understand. Like he played in the A. I know he played with a very good team. I understand that. But Bird was very, very special. I got him at 3. And I got 4 on Mount Rushmore. I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He doesn't get enough respect. I believe he doesn't get enough respect because of his background of being Muslim, and I think they suppress his legacy. Because if you hear people talk about the greatest of all time, you don't hear Kareem Abdul-Jabbar much. But if you look at his numbers, he top dog in almost everything. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He played 20 plus years. I mean, he got 5 MVPs, 6 rings. Like he got it. Like, you know what I mean? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is really, really special. I mean, and And he had a move that was unstoppable. Unstoppable in the hook shot. You talk about a guy, 6-time MVP, he was a 6-time MVP winner. 6 times. With and he made it to the All-Star game a record 19 times. 19 times. He's the all-time leader in points scored, games played, minutes played, field goals made, field goal attempts, block shots, defensive rebounds, wins. He don't get nearly the amount of respect, and he needs to. And like I said, he is that fourth spot for me.
Okay, so up next, Lennox wants to know, would you have Ja Morant or Zion?
It's a good question. Lennox there. I think that me personally, I'm picking Ja Morant. The game is gearing more and more and more towards point guards in the NBA. If you see the point guards at the position, it's deep there. Like you got Steph, you got Russ, you got Kimba, you got, Trae Young up and coming as a point guard now. You got Dame Lillard. You got Kyrie Irving. He's a talent, but, But, you got all these point guards, who are special. And, and the game is almost kind of like geared around that. And Zion, for me, and Skip Bayless made a good point years ago when Blake Griffin and Steph Curry came out of the same draft. At first, I thought he was crazy. Because if you seen Blake Griffin coming out of college, you was like, he's easily the number 1 pick. But Skip was adamant by saying, like, Steph Curry should be the number 1 pick of the draft. Rest is history. Blake Griffin. I just see Zion as a 2020 Blake Griffin. He's going to jump out the gym. He's going to give you exciting dunks. He's going to be dunking on people crazy. He's also going to have an injury-riddled career because of his body type. He's 6'6", 285 pounds. He can't help it. He's just a big guy. But that's go hard on the knees. And I don't, like I said, I pray that he stays healthy because I don't want to see no young man career ruined by injury. However, I've seen body types like him don't last. And Blake Griffin I feel like he was even leaner than him, and his knees couldn't last. And he to me, he's the exact same player. So I would rather have Ja Morant. And I think having a point guard is very essential in the NBA.
Okay, Cedric wants to know, would you take Cam Newton and the Carolinas' first and second round picks for the number 1 overall pick?
All right, what's up, cuz? All the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I ain't taking that. I ain't taking that at all. Not even close. I need some more, bruh. I need some more. I need Cam. I need this year's first. I need next year's first. I need this year's second. I need a third sprinkled in. And maybe a fifth sprinkled in. I need more. You want Burrow that bad? Let me show me how bad you want him. Cam, first and the second this year ain't enough. It's not enough. I don't want Cam Newton to be quiet. Cam Newton is done. That arm shot. It's over. So I don't want Cam Newton. I know you looking sad over there. You like Cam.
I do.
But him and dressing like an auntie, I don't want to see him at the post-game shows either. Because it'll make me mad. Because I already be mad the Bengals be losing. And then if he lose, coming up there dressing like an auntie, I couldn't take it. Nope.
Leave him alone.
Nope. I can't take it. Nope.
Okay, so Miss Grisby, Kobe Bryant says a few NBA players that can play in the NBA.
The WNBA.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you agree with her?
We discussed, me and Miss Grisby discussed this, so she know what my standpoint is. Kobe got to lay off the sauce.
You don't think there's one?
I don't. Hey, and I'm looking at the camera. No, I am not sexist. No, I respect the WNBA game. I watch women's college basketball. women can shoot better than the men. They have better fundamentals than the men. I'm not taking it away from them. I enjoy watching the women's sport. I do. However, Kobe hitting that LA bud. He hitting them dispensaries. I'm telling you.
Stop it.
Because ain't no way. Even your best WNBA players can't step foot on that court. The 12th man on the NBA roster will dust them.
You really think that?
Oh, I know so. It's not because, and like I say, it's not because the women can't play. Like I say for this, okay, 12th man. I'm trying to even think of a 12th man here. Let's say I would even pick up a bum. I'm gonna pick on your friend, Bum Perkins, Kendrick Perkins, for example. Okay, you put Kendrick Perkins in the post against Brittany Griner, who 190 pounds. He gonna back her down into the post and dunk on her. I mean, it's something, like size and strength that can't be measured when it comes to like men and women there. I know Maya Moore is damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Deladon, good. Diana Taurasi, super good, legend. But they ain't gonna step foot on the NBA court. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. Kobe, put down the salsa and the bud, man. You tripping, big time tripping. All right. Coming up next, we will have our guest, Blake Jewell, right after the timeout. Hey, we are back from timeout, and I am excited, very excited to have guest. He is a Bengals writer for Fansided, Blake Jewell. What's going on this morning?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate you taking time out of your morning to speak with me and talk Bengals with me. I see you blowing up, man. You got the 1,000 followers. We got the Stephen A. video going on. I see you. I see you blowing up. See you blowing up, man. I see it. I definitely see it. So I appreciate it. Nah, no problem. All right, let's just get into the Bengals talk here. We was excited once we knew we had the number one pick. We was excited, obviously, because that was our excitement for the year because it wasn't much winning. We all want Joe Burrow. We all want him, but as a Bengals fan, we live on the edge. We live on the edge because we don't know what this organization is capable of. Now it comes out this week that Zach Taylor really, really likes Justin Herbert. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. Do you think we still pick Joe Burrow, or do you really think that there's interest in Justin?
I think we're still going to take Joe Burrow. I think Zach Taylor has to say some of this stuff because he's Herbert's coach in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Herbert did play well, and I think he did impress, but I still think Burrow's going to be the guy. Unless I think the Bengals, there's still a chance they could trade back, and if that ends up happening, and then Herbert's the guy, I wouldn't be too upset with it. But I'm still all in on Burrow, and I think that's what we need to do. But if we decide to trade back and take Herbert, as long as we get enough good compensation for it, I would end up being fine with it. But like I said, I'm still all in on Joe Burrow right now.
Yeah, I am too. Like I'm all in on Joe Burrow as well. I just feel like the excitement that he will bring, because everybody wants him here, and I just feel like we need fans in the seats as well. I think it's more than just about recouping picks, and I understand we do need to rebuild because we have a lot of holes. I mean, quarterback's not the only one, but we need fans in the seats, man. Those last few games there look really, really sad. Because I know they gave like the overall, total attendance like 40,000. Those are just tickets, so it wasn't no way it was 40,000 people in those stands.
Yeah,
it was looking like about 25 to 30,000 in there. So I want Joe Burrow as well. And now, was there anybody else that stuck out to you in the Senior Bowl that you would like the Bengals to see at all, or to look into and to possibly draft?
Some of these guys they've moved up to the early first round to be hard to get some of these guys, but I think Javon Kinlaw, he really impressed.
The defensive
and then you got some later round guys like Troutman from Dayton and Darnay Holmes from UCLA. They were supposed to be undrafted the 7th round, and now they're sneaking up into the 5th and 6th round. So if the Bengals can snag one of those guys they like, I think it'd be a great pick.
Yeah, awesome there. Yeah, because like I said, everybody's so focused on the number 1 pick, but it's those picks afterwards that, help you build your team. Like, the pick 33 is going to be crucial. Pick 33 is going to be crucial to, for this team, I think, for the outlook of next year's team. Obviously, I think we go quarterback first round, whether we trade back a little bit or stay at 1. What would you like to see them get at number 33? I know we see a lot of like to see us grab at 33. Who could possibly slip, to 33 to us?
Yeah, right now at 33, in my latest I had Patrick Queen, but my ideal choice would be Mekhi Becton out of Louisville, the right tackle, if he would slip. But I think as of right now, most of it's going to depend on free agency. If we address the offensive line and get linebackers, I think we're going to need a right tackle eventually. And Becton, I think you got to go with him. But if you don't end up getting linebackers in free agency, I think you're going to have to go with. There's going to be linebackers there at 33, and if the guy they want isn't there, I think the smarter move would be to trade back in the 2nd round. Trade pick 33 and maybe get 2 second-rounders. If the guy you really want at 33 is gone, then you just get more options there. Trade back.
Yep. I agree there. I agree. If there's someone if they're at 33 and it's someone that they really do not want, I would trade back there to recoup more picks. I definitely agree with you there. And now with the tricky thing is here, we have 3 guys, that will save us major cap space. You got Cordy Glenn, you got Dre Kirkpatrick, and you have Andy Dalton, obviously. I know the relationship with the Bengals and Cordy Glenn is done. I don't think there's no way we bring Cordy Glenn back. Do you see us possibly cutting Dre Kirkpatrick this year? I know he's kind of like public enemy number 1 in Bengals fan base, but do you see us bringing him back, or do you see us releasing him to free up some money here for free agency?
I see us right now. I think they'll decide to free it up because he had a bad year last year, and he's going to save. I think it was around $8.4 million he saves if you cut or trade him. But I think it's going to be a move that if they still have money at the end of the free agency and the draft, I think they're going to end up keeping him for 1 more year because I don't think he's a guy they want to send off right away. Because guys like Cordy Glenn and Andy Dalton, where they've had bad relationships with the Bengals this past year, they're going to want to get them out faster. But Kirkpatrick's been around. You haven't really heard any problems in the locker room or anything with him. I think it's going to all come down to how much money we have after the draft. And if we have enough to keep him on, I think they're going to end up keeping him on for at least 1 more year.
Yeah, I can see that. I would rather, for me, Dre. It's just I don't know. Dre, he make one play. He think he won a Super Bowl, and it's just like what I mean. And it's like I would, because we just signed Denard to a 1-year deal, so he's a free agent as well. I would free up that money and keep Denard and insert and give Darius Phillips some more playing time, because I thought he was one of the bright spots, and I hate that he got injured. Throughout the early in the year, because I thought he was a really, really bright spot in the defensive backs room there. He had really good ball skills, and when he got his hands on it, he called him for interceptions, which seems like we always drop interceptions. So I thought, what I mean, with so many interceptions that hit us in the hands, and I'm like, oh my god. But he showed really, really good ball skills last year. Now now in the free agency, we know the Bengals are not going to go after any tier 1 guys. Because we're not gonna outbid anyone or try to outbid anyone. Who are some free agents that you think the Bengals will highlight, or you would like to see them go after in the offseason?
Well, the one I've been looking at for a while has been Corey Littleton, the linebacker out of Los Angeles. I really like him. I think he'd be immediate upgrade to the defense at the linebacker position. Then I think you got to look at offensive line after that. There's guys like Joe Tooney and Brandon Sheriff. They're going to be there, and Jack Conklin, guys that you can bring in that are going to really help. If you get that rookie quarterback, that are really going to help. And then after that, there's some secondary guys you can bring in, like Trey Waynes and HaHa Clinton-Dix and maybe Devin McCourty on a one-year deal, just guys that are going to help fill in depth on the defense. And then really, since we've had an issue with our tight ends kind of with Drew Sample being hurt and Tyler Eifert being hurt, and I think you can really look at Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry. They're going to be pretty good tight ends that are going to be available in free agency. But like I said, or like you said, I don't think they're going to go after anyone huge. But I think there's options there that if they want to upgrade the offensive line, they're going to have options. If they want to upgrade the linebackers, they're going to have options. If they want to have depth and secondary, they're going to have options, just if they do anything or not.
Got you. Yeah. The Corey Littleton name has definitely been ringing. Definitely been tossed around there, and we need linebacker help bad. I know Jermaine Pratt really turned it on towards the end of the year. He showed some promise. So I do like Pratt. Now, I can honestly see us, just depending on how the free agency work, I can honestly see us bringing Nick Vigil back on the team-friendly deal as well. I know he's not the best guy in the world, but, he started to play better towards the end of the year as well. And I can see them, giving him a team-friendly deal to keep him around. And but before I let you go, Blake, I gotta ask you a question here. And
right.
With me, the jury's still out for me on Zach Taylor. I understand he had a rough year, rough to deal with. 1 minute I'd be like, I like what he's doing. Then the next minute I'm like, I don't know about him, man. Like you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Zach Taylor overall?
I think this year he did struggle, and it was frustrating at some times, but I think it was his first year, and I think we're going to have to give him some time, and I don't think it's going to be a lot of time. So if he gets his rookie quarterback and he gets his offensive line and everything this year, and we're still seeing like anywhere from 0 to 4 wins, I think then it's going to raise some red flags. But if he comes out this year and we have Joe Burrow or Herbert, if Herbert ends up being his guy, which I'd rather have Burrow, but if Herbert's his guy and he goes with Herbert and he gets his line and he ends up getting anywhere from like 5 to 8 wins, then I think we'll be in good shape. No matter who, it's all up to Herbert, or it's all up to Zach Taylor. As long as he gets his guy and he starts to get wins, I think he'll be fine. But I think next year is going to be a big year for him in terms of wins. And if we don't have a lot of wins next year, I think he's going to start being on the hot seat a little bit. I don't think if he has a bad year next year, we fire him. I think we give him next year and the year after to start seeing results. And if we don't see results, then I think it might be his time to go after next season.
Yeah, I agree with you because Mike Brown, he is a patient man, patient and loyal, and he'll give you every chance to try to succeed. But then once he reaches a point, he does go ahead and decide to move on there. With Zach Taylor, like I said, he did some good things. I like the way he's willing to try new guys, unlike Marvin did. Like when things weren't going right, like, you know what, I'm pulling Andy. And Andy it wasn't probably all Andy's fault, but you know what, he figured something had to try to change. And, he just tried to make that change even though it did not work. But, just seeing him like try to play some of these young guys, over some of the veterans that weren't performing, that's encouraging to see because, we know Marvin, he was going to ride the veterans out regardless and not, when was hesitant to make changes. So, I mean, it was some things that I liked from Zach Taylor. I guess the jury is still out on him though. But I do appreciate you speaking with me this morning, Blake. I appreciate it. And thank you for talking Bengals with me.
Yep, thanks for having me on. It was a good one.
Nah, no problem. All right. That is it. Another episode of Time Out with Coach Cam. We out.
Overtime, hot take, debate, penalty back so many apps. We on the way, unapologetic opinions, guests checking in, so I share on my social. Merch going up, my brother he going global. Ass hold it down for the ladies, they need their own show. but we right back with it. Time out with Coach Cam, we shouldn't miss a minute. Yup. But we right back with it. Time out with Coach Cam, we shouldn't miss a minute. Yup.